How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Nerd Dad Mike. As always, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me for a little while today as we continue our Shadow Hearts Let's Play series. Last episode, we got our final two gravestones that we needed to unlock the tier 3 fusion souls, and we came to the graveyard and unlocked all of our 3rd tier fusion souls. So they are all done. We have them all. As you can see, if we go to Yuri's equipment, go down to souls, we have all of our 3rd tier fusion souls. Now, the only one that we have the question mark ability unlocked on right now is Foron. We are going to have to unlock those abilities for the others, and in order to do that, we need to go berserk while we are using that fusion soul, and that is how you unlock those abilities. But we are not going to do that right now. Right now, we're going to head back to the Nemeton Monastery, but we need to make a pit stop before we head back there. And I'm sorry for sounding so disgusted for getting into combat. I just was not expecting it. Come on, are we really going to be doing this again with me missing Yuri's judgment rings? At least this is just going to be a quick battle. It's these little bats. And on the plus side, it's going to get us some experience for Hallie. Because he is still, he's 2 levels behind Yuri, a level behind Alice. And we are actually going to have to start cycling in and using all of our party members here in a little while. When it's time to do one of the other side quests. But that is a few episodes down the road. So we don't have to worry about that right this instant. What we are going to do is, on our way to the Nemeton Monastery, we are going to make a stop, maybe 2, depending on how things go. We are going to make a stop here in Bistritz. There is Mayon. Need to talk to him. We do need to come to the shop and see. Nope, there's nothing there. That's the wrong shop. So let's go see Nina and her mom. What you can help me find is hopefully willpower. No, she does not have it. What you do have, though, are Thera roots. And we are going to buy as many of these as we can. So that'll be 20,000 there. Yes. I'm not even worried about the discount for those right now. Mana roots. Because we have plenty of money. And we don't have pure roots, but we have pure seeds. Benedictions. I don't see us needing a lot of those. Tents. Let's go ahead and grab a couple more of those. There's up to about 35. That'll work. Oh, we're going to go for the discount. Now, we're going to fail this, but I'm going to show you guys what I mean about the randomness of the Judgment Ring with the discounts. 30 isn't going to be too bad. See, it gets quicker, and the hit areas are random. Now, this is going to be the bad one. We're going to go for 50% off. Yep. So, we ended up paying full price anyway. Not that big a deal. Like I said, we have plenty of money at the moment. So there is one other place that we are going to stop. Let's go to Prague. Okay, possibly two other places. Because we really are going to try and find those willpower items. Because the area that we are going to be going to, we are kind of going to need them. Also, with the area that we are going to, this is going to be a bit of a longer episode. This episode is probably going to be somewhere around 45 minutes, if not a little longer. I'm going to try and keep it to under an hour. But this is going to be a bit of a longer episode. Let's see. Do you have willpower? You do not. You have a Jade Lariat, though. Leonardo's Bear we have a bunch of. Or we have enough to cover a party. And there shouldn't be any equip. No, there's not. Alright. Final stop. Before Nemeton Monastery, we are going to try one more location. We are going to head back to Rouen. Speak with our peddler friend. Do you, sir, have willpowers? He does. Alright, so we are going to buy 3 of these. And 18,000, yeah. Alright, let's see if we can get the discount. Nope. So, like I told you guys in the last episode, when you're trying to do infinite money, it's a lot of saving. A lot of saving, a lot of loading. More loading than anything. Because you're going to mess up a lot. Or maybe you're just better at it than I am. I don't know. Maybe. Nemeton Monastery. Here we go. And with where we are going, like I said, everybody is going to get a Leonardo's Bear and a willpower. Well, everyone except for Alice, because Alice has the crucifix, so she doesn't need it. Don't want to take those off him, though. We may risk it and just leave those on him to try and get our steps. I think we're going to. We're going to take it. We're going to risk it. I don't want anyone getting knocked out, but we shall see. There's a chest up there. Mantle of Nobility. What is that? Is that equipment? Mantle of Nobility. Oh, that is armor for Keith. That is what that is. Let's head this way. They are kind of cool. If you happen to have played the first game in this series, Kodelko, you will be familiar with these ruins. Or at least with the area and the name Nemeton Monastery. Well, no shit, Alice. Of course there was something here. There's ruins here, which means there was something here. Again, Ruins. Who's that little guy? That is a gruesome character picture. And that is quite the outfit. Dude, have you seen your face? I turned my back on you too. The hell, looking into his eyes. I'm looking at his face on that character picture when he's talking, and I wouldn't want to look at him either. I don't think anybody gets your meaning there, pal. Yeah, you. So, no matter what you push here, you're not going to be able to do anything. You cannot name him, even though that shows up. Little bit of breaking the fourth wall there from our strange creature. So this is the real Roger Bacon. This strange little creature, I guess they were calling him strange creature. I was going to say strange little dude, but you know, either one works. They're kind of interchangeable with, you know, look at him. Delivery? No. So this is who Kodelka sent us to see. This is what she meant when she said to Albert Simon, why do I keep wanting to call him Robert? When she said to Albert Simon, you who call yourself Roger Bacon. Yeah, that Kodelka, that's the one. Oh no, you calling Kodelka strange? That's a little too pot calling the kettle black. Kodelka Iasant, yes. That was Roger Bacon. Yeah, then that's what he said. Hallie's just standing there, like nothing to say. Absolutely nothing. Before we go down there, let's come over here. There should be, yes, a talisman of power. Now we have to head back down to Roger Bacon's strange little house with the heart door. Right. Alright, so apparently we have told Roger Bacon all about what is going on. Oh, I think Roger is about to summarize the events of the game Kodelka. So, spoilers. If you do not want to know anything about this, skip ahead probably, I'd say maybe 2, possibly 3 minutes. Well, that's a hell of a monastery. Very similar to Jack's story, and that was a very, very brief summary of the events of Kodelka. It didn't really say anything about the story or anything like that, so... I'm willing to bet that he bought it from Albert Simon. Yep, Albert Simon stole the book from the Vatican. He ended up selling it to Patrick. I think Roger knows him. He does know him. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. The game froze. Okay, there we go. Alright, just a little bit of freezing there. Oh, Albert was a student of Roger's. Jeez, how old is Roger? $300. Followed the Crusaders, fought against the Ottoman Empire. Okay, so we're going way back in history.
Of all my disciples, he stood out as the finest. In fact, he was too good. Having come from the lowest and poorest class of society, Albert lifted himself up and applied himself diligently to study so that he could change the world. I saw great promise in him, and I taught him everything I knew. Law, philosophy, science, astronomy, alchemy. But in time, he began to question certain contradictions he saw in the world. The ruling classes and the subjected masses. He came to reject a world in which a person's place was determined by his birth, and he lost patience with me when I attempted to moderate his views. In the end, he brought me up on charges before the court of the Vatican. But it was he whom the church condemned. Of course. In an age of absolutism, anyone who called for the granting of rights to individual citizens could do nothing but anger the powers that be, whether in the church or the state. Any such person was destined to be condemned as a heretic and locked away forever, or tortured to death. The truth is, I knew that he was right. But I also knew that a world in which everyone could live as equals was nothing but a pipe dream. Perhaps it could be achieved in time, as knowledge spread more widely among the people. But for that age, it was an idea much too far ahead of its time.
Huh. So, Cardinal Simon's always been a bit off his rocker. Albert wanted to tear down society and basically change how the upper class treated the lower class. That's kind of what I'm getting out of that. He just went about it in a very bad way. How close? Well, yeah, we're prepared to fight. Wait a minute, you know where, you know, like, exactly where he is? Would have been a handy piece of information to have. Alright, let's see what is in the vending machine. It's supposed to be a vending machine. Let's touch it. Oh, what do we have? Oh, we have weapons. We have armor. Okay, so we are going to spend a good bit of money. Need one of these. Hang on. Alright guys, I'm going to bring you back once I have bought everything, and then we will carry on with going after Roger. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, welcome back in to fill you guys in on what I did during that quick little excursion. We got everybody their upgraded weapons and upgraded their armors. We then went and saw Wanderer Mayan and got acupuncture to boost everyone's new weapons. So as you can see, excuse me, as you can see with the acupuncture and everything, acupuncture's expensive. We were at 2.5 million. We're down to 1.7 million now. So it's about anywhere between 100 to 120 for each person to get everything acupunctured the whole way up. And then we just flat out bought all of the equipment because I didn't really want to mess around with the discounts. And it's been giving me a heck of a time lately anyway. So I did try on some and kept missing the discounts. So we were paying full price anyway. When it's time to farm some money, I will dedicate some time to do that. And you know, once we have everyone's ultimate weapon and armor and such. So now we are back at the Nemeton Monastery, and we are heading up to the ruins to meet up with Roger Bacon, who is going to take us to go see Albert Simon. And, well, to go confront Albert Simon. We're not going to go see him. We're not visiting. We're basically going to go punch him in the face. Oh, there's something here, all right. Alright, so the key to opening that door is a combination between an Irish jig and a seizure. Got it. How are you going to tell us to go ahead and then you walk down the stairs first? Okay. Alright, so we have a save point here. We are going to take advantage of. So we had 2.552 million. We are down to 1.7. Still a bunch of cash. So not too worried about it. I'm proud of you. You're proud that she can sense all of the evil here? Alright. As long as she's okay. I don't see a pot. Is that supposed to be pit? Because that does look like it could be a pit. That makes more sense. Patrick didn't intend for that. Well, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Lost Continent of Mute. That's a new one. I've never heard of that. Heard of Atlantis in the Eastern Islands. Mew is a new one. I may have to look into that. Earth's nerve points. Where a certain something is sealed in place. That sounds a bit ominous, and I don't think I like it. Someone opened the door? How do you know? Judgment Ring. That's something we're very familiar with. Motive, action, and outcome. Motive is conscious of life. Action is a possibility of life. Outcome is the destiny of life. So the outcome of your action on the other side of this door of oh great, now the door is judging me. Like we don't have enough problems. Now the door is judging us. Into this path shall you find Albert and Kudelka. They will be there without fail. This is the furthest I can go. You must decide on your own if you will walk through the door. Now I don't want to be judged by a door. I think we'd come this far just to turn back. We might. Determined to go to the ends of the earth long ago, buddy. I think that's why we're here. Alright, fine. Made a promise to rescue my mother, and this is why we brought Howie. Open the door of judgment for you. It's got a weird way of opening doors. Alright, guys. That is where we are going to leave off with this episode. Next episode, we are going to head into the ruins and head to confront Albert Simon and try to rescue Kudelka. Until next time, you guys take care of yourselves, be well, and if you guys are enjoying any of the content, please feel free to like and comment and give the channel a subscribe. It really helps me out, really helps out the channel. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I will see you next time. You guys take care of yourselves.